Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Take 5. We're taking time out of your day to talk movie news. Right now, we're about to jump into the top 3 movies of the summer.
From 3 to 1, I would say World War Z being 3, Lone Ranger 2, and The Great Gatsby 1. World War Z was just a really, really interesting take, and I think kind of breath of fresh air in this oversaturated zombie era we're living in terms of film and television. Lone Ranger was just, it was probably the most fun I've had at the movies, saying a cliche line. It was just an incredibly great movie. I think they didn't push Johnny Depp in your face like I think everybody kind of expected him to do, and built them. Essentially the marketing was built around him. And then Great Gatsby, I just loved it. It was just a beautiful movie. DiCaprio nailed it. I like Baz Luhrmann a lot, ever since.
And the music actually really worked in that movie.
Yeah,
too.
That's usually,
strangely enough,
Baz usually just kind of nails that stuff in terms of the soundtracks that go with it.
My top 3 in order, from 3 to 1, would be Iron Man 3.
Okay.
And then I would do Lone Ranger. And then Star Trek Into Darkness. I started not liking the Iron Man because, to me, he was just coming off as this douchey guy that was like, I have a ton of money, so I can do whatever I want. And then I liked that in 3, it was almost a redemption story to me, from him finding himself without the armor and like having to figure himself out. I liked that it wasn't Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I liked that, and it was a very 80s feel to me, definitely. And I liked that a lot. Lone Ranger, just because, like he was saying, I feel right out of the gate it was trying to be cut down because it hit the production snags. I see a lot in Origins, which this was an origin story. I see a lot that they try and rush chemistry to be like, one day these people don't like each other, the next they're best friends.
Right.
When kind of throughout the movie, they connect and then clash.
And that was the thing that people were complaining about. It's like, they don't have chemistry. It's like they're meeting for the first
Right.
time, and they both have goals that are like completely separate from one another. And it's like, of course they're not going to see eye to eye when they first meet, and they don't have to see eye to eye.
Exactly.
And
I like that because I think that's the first in a long time that I've seen that happen, where even towards the end was really one of the only times that they
got along
truly
pretty well.
got along.
And that's when the teamwork culminated together for the finale.
Right. Okay, Star Trek. Benedict Cumberbatch cannot do me any wrong. Him being cast as Khan, because I heard a lot of different things about people not liking him being cast.
Spoiler alert, by the way, he's Khan. So
check IMDb.
He's listed as Khan.
Right? It's not even a spoiler.
It's not that hard.
Anymore,
Everybody
right?
assumed it, but
I had heard bad things because people didn't like him being cast as Khan. His character, just in that his decision making, was so spot on.
Because not only was he like terrifying, but he was also very. You
felt bad for
right.
the guy.
He had that backstory that Zod was missing, for example. That was like, I feel for this guy. I kind of wish he kind of gets his way for a minute.
Right.
So.
For a couple of minutes, I was like, man, just do everything you need to win this fight.
Exactly. I agree. Star Trek. Benedict Cumberbatch was phenomenal in that. Just the decisions he made, and just his line delivery. But not just for Benedict, but I feel like the whole movie itself was just really well put together. There was multiple arcs, multiple character arcs between the main characters of Spock and Kirk, as well as Benedict Cumberbatch. The effects were phenomenal, as they always are with J.J. Abrams movies. The lens flare was down a bit, I noticed, so that's a good thing as well. It's a positive. Number 2, I'd pick Iron Man 3 because, and that's like this Iron Man 2 it was a sophomore slump for him. Avengers, we got to have more fun with him again, but now we've separated him from everyone. It was really cool to see him stripped of his armor, and that storyline was really cool, but not just the storyline, but also just the dialogue. It was funny again, like the first one. It had the fun about it. And that's all, I think, to Shane Black. He brought that buddy cop mentality to the movie, and I thought that was excellent as well. But my number 1, I keep coming back to, is The Lone Ranger. I know it gets all this flack and stuff, but it's great storytelling. It's fun. There's action done well, mind you, because most of it was shot on camera. The CGI was limited for the most part. the humor was there, and it wasn't let's shove Johnny Depp into a crazy character and shove it in your face. This was his most subdued, eccentric character, and it's kind of like you said, it was a Buster Keaton kind of character. It was very deadpan.
Yeah.
For the most part. And it wasn't Tonto the movie, it was the Lone Ranger with Tonto, and I felt like both of them had plenty of time to tell their stories, and we grew to understand what was at stake for each of them. And so I thought, that, and then the finale, we talk about how so many movies are just failing in the third act to live up to the movie, and this whole movie builds to the third act so well, so by the time that William Tell overture comes in, it's not cheesy, it's not stupid like we thought it was going to be. It's you're sitting there, I mean, we were all sitting there humming the song as we were driving home. So
it just turns into like a really good silent film almost.
Exactly.
The entire last 20 minutes.
And it's great,
just great.
I mean, even when that overture started, I was like literally
Right.
on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Right.